สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Buddhism Today, where the world discovers Thai way of Buddhism. Phra Yath is the Buddha image in standing pose with both hands raised at the chest, palm facing outwards and fingers extended. This posture representing preventing calamities, which is also known as pacifying the relatives.
When you see Buddhist temples in Thailand, it is normal to see many gestures or many postures of the Buddhas. Even in Thailand, there is a belief that there are Buddhas of every day of the week. So there's one of the Buddha. If you go to the Nakhon Pathom, for example, there are altogether, I think, around 108 Buddhist gesture or the Buddhist posture or Buddha's posture, which try to develop, I guess, by the King Mongkut a long time ago. So one of the posture, what we are talking today, is the posture where Buddha was standing and one of his hands is raising in Abhaya Mudra, that is the forgiving. But at the same time, there's another mudra which is always referred to as the mudra, means that stopping the ocean, or sometimes it is called stopping the fight between his own relatives. So there are two hand gestures of the Buddha. The one could be standing, one hand is in this mudra, which means that giving the forgiveness, and one hand is just right down. Or in some cases, both hands, both palms was raised up in his chest level, which means that stopping the fight between the two relatives. That Buddha image, that gesture, has a long history, in fact. Based on the life of the Buddha, I think it is around the 7th year after the Buddha's enlightenment. At the time, the Buddha went up in the heaven, it is said, in order to teach the Buddha's mother in the Tusita heaven. And after spending 3 months of rains retreat up in heaven, Buddha came descending to the world, and then when he descended, the bad thing is that he has to witness his two paternal and maternal relatives is about to fight over the river, over the water in the river. Because what happened is that at that time, the drought was so bad that both countries, both paternal countries in the Sakya Vangsha and the Kolya Vangsha around the river called Rohini, they are about to fight for the water on that Rohini river, because in their lands, agricultural land, it is getting drier. So it went so bad that they are about to kill each other just for water. So therefore, for the love of his relatives, the Buddha went to that site and then raised his hand to stop the fighting. And Buddha simply raised the question, what do you think? What is worthy than the blood and the drop of water? What is the importance between our relatives and the water? Which gave both parties awareness, a wisdom. And finally, they stopped the war and they shared the water more harmoniously, more commonly, in a way they can share each other with a relative manner. And that's how the posture is called Phra Yath, means that stopping the fight of relatives is all about.